Hello and welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me once again. My name is Wilky and I'm back with the next champion spotlight for Battlerite. Since they released two new champions, we're gonna take a look at the second one as well, which is Jumong, the Beast Hunter. I assume, without having him played, that he'll probably be similar to the Seeker from BLC, but as usual, we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at his abilities. Hunting Arrow, fire an arrow that deals 16 damage, successful hits, charges your bow. A fully charged bow enables you to recast Steady Shot or Black Arrow. Alright, 16 damage seems quite hard, but it has a slight casting time, a relatively good range. Or, yeah, I think that's like decent range. Probably more than Paloma and Jade have. Probably along the lines of Ashka's range. But kinda has a slight delay in casting to it, so it's probably gonna leave him a bit more vulnerable. His second ability is Steady Shot that deals 28 damage. Oh, now I see. So basically, if you get the charges, you can then recast the ability for God knows how long. Feels like 3 seconds. Alright. So his second ability deals 28 damage. Charge is relatively long, I'm not sure of the range. Oh yeah, okay. It has better range than his auto attack, pretty good. I'm not sure if it has AoE, let's take a look. No, it doesn't, so you actually have to land the shot on the enemy to deal damage. That's good to know. Black Arrow, dash towards move direction, I guess. Is that meaning you have to walk? It's probably a bit weird wording there. Let's just use it. Ah, okay, now I get it. So actually, what happens is, if I move right and look upwards, it's gonna dash to the way I am moving. So it's actually a bit confusing at first, I guess. But it pretty much moves you into the direction you're, or dashes into the direction you're moving. So even if you want to shoot the enemy, but strafe like this is actually a pretty cool mobility tool, which can probably be used quite well for juking. And I think this one can also be recast, so let's get 2 charges, 3. And yeah, this is actually pretty cool. Seems like this can be used for quite a lot of mind games. Prowl, you become temporarily immaterial and movement speed is increased by 100%. Wow, that's quick. Running into an enemy inflicts Seeker's Mark, removes movement speed, removes movement impairing effects. Hunting Arrow and Black Arrow consumes Mark inflicting. Ooh, wow. That's kinda scary. It doesn't last as long, but the movement speed is quite good. And should you then? Okay, this is... Oh, it's an in-cap, never mind. Okay, still pretty good CC, to be fairly honest with you. And, it doesn't last as long, but the mobility boost you get is super strong. Like, you can see that. I can probably, yeah. So you can also mark multiple enemies. This is pretty good. Pretty good mobility tool for his kinda mediocre dash. Bear Trap, place... Oh, Bear Trap, not Beer. Place a trap that inflicts root on nearby enemies when the trap is triggered. Let's see how big it is. Alright. Roots for 2... Wow, roots for 2 seconds. That's fairly long. That's a pretty good root. Alright, this is pretty much all about his basic abilities. Let's go for his X ability. Seeker's Arrow is his left click, fires a piercing arrow that turns to hit the same target again after... Oh wow. That's funky looking. This is a very... probably a gimmicky version. But it's basically free 24 damage for your target. And you're getting charges. So let me just see if I can get 3. Yeah, wow, that's pretty strong. Basically, if you land this ability on an enemy, you're gonna be rewarded with 3 stacks afterwards. Pretty good. Predation, you become temporarily immaterial, so this is pretty much the same. But you also deal 6 damage and heal for 24, so this is a slight bonus heal you also get. So it's just gonna enhance the prowl movement, or not the movement, but basically the skill with a slight heal and damage. Not a slight heal, 14 health is quite significant. So if you manage to hit 2 enemies, you're gonna regain 28 health. Pretty cool. Alright, Rain of Arrows fires arrows that rain down at the target location, dealing 40 damage over a short period of time, and snaring enemies. Alright. Okay, it's a relatively long AoE, so you probably have to snare enemies with a bear trap first, and then... yeah, this is pretty good though. If you have the right setup. If the enemy is moving or has mobility, this is probably not the best skill to use. And for his ultimate, Dragon Slayer, hold to charge an arrow for up to 2 seconds to increase its damage and travel distance. The arrow deals 30 to 60 damage and pulls the target hit with it, okay. Pulling a target into an enemy or a wall deals 30 damage and the enemy hit and stuns both targets. Alright, this sounds pretty strong. Wow. Wait. Let me remove the cooldown so I don't. So can actually... I'm curious. Yeah, the damage is probably linked to how long you charge this. But hearing that, if you hit an enemy with that fully charged, and you knock him into a wall or another enemy, you're gonna deal a whooping 90 damage. That is a scary freaking number. I mean, just imagine... Alright, I'm gonna not charge it fully. Wow. This is pretty scary. Like, imagine if you have a teammate that has an incapacitate like Shifu, Croak, or Petrify, it doesn't really matter, and you get to land this fully charged and hit an enemy into a wall. Wow, this is some scary stuff. Wow. So far, he does not resemble Seeker as much as I thought he would, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed another Champion Spotlight. This time we're gonna talk about Jumong, or we talked about Jumong, and I'm also kind of curious to see what he is capable of doing in the current, well, I guess meta game or whatever you want to call it. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed another Battlerite Spotlight, and yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next videos as well.